This film aims to sum up peace and conflict resolution education in schools of Gyumri project, activities, achievements and results implemented by Women for Development NGO in 2002 up to 2007. It has already been 10 years that Women for Development NGO is implementing expansive projects in Shirak province, working especially in educational and health spheres. On the 5th of 2007, Peace and Conflict Resolution Education for Peacebuilding Conference took place, which aimed to summarize 10-year activities of Women for Development NGO, to present the experience and achievements of the NGO, its partner organizations and schools in the sphere of peace education and spreading ideas of peace culture in Armenia and region, to emphasize once again the importance of peace culture education in the process of peace building to the public. The conference was held for the principals and teachers of schools, representatives from Educational Department of Armenia, also from local and international organizations which implement projects in the sphere of peace and conflict resolution. Our goal is to raise public awareness on the work results of Women for Development NGO, perspectives and experience through the conference. Also, we intend to invite representatives of educational sphere from all parts of Armenia, but our main goal is to spread peace education ideas in other provinces of Armenia. Peace education is a new young trend in education. One of the main initiators of peace education is Women for Development NGO. I am really very pleased with the fact that talented people of Gyumri gave new birth to this trend, as they were to see the main problems in educational sphere and to take part in the solution to these issues. Since 2002, in the frames of International Decade for a Culture of Peace and Non-Violence for the Children of the World, announced by UN for 2001, 2010 and the UN Decade for Education for Sustainable Development, NGO Women for Development is implementing peace and conflict resolution education in schools of Gyumri, Armenia project. The main goal of the project is the formation of peace culture and conflict resolution ideas among teachers and school children, aiming to involve peace education in school curriculum. The strategy of the organization to integrate peace and conflict resolution education in the secondary school curriculum includes 4 main components in terms of the following: activities in schools, activities in Gyumri State Pedagogical Institute, teachers training, raising awareness of parents and increasing their participation, cooperation with the National Institute of Education of the Republic of Armenia Ministry of Education and Science. Organization of peace education process in schools was a new trend for Armenia, which first of all demanded specialist training, studying international experience and applying it in local conditions, piloting, etc. We were especially interested in how the similar educational processes were organized for school children in different countries, what kind of alternative approaches were already developed, which countries possessed experience that could be the most suitable for Armenia. High importance was given to the training of educational team, which was implemented by a number of well-known international organizations through participation in the training course organized by them. Based on the international experience and developed training courses, Draft version of Peace and Conflict Resolution Education in School training course was developed, which comprised two parts: conflict management and peace lessons. The topics included in the training course intended to help children acquire knowledge and skills on peace, conflict resolution, mediation, negotiations, etc. In order to increase the efficiency of each topic, special emphasis was given to the teaching methodology: interactive, teamwork, collaborative learning, design of posters, performances, conflict mapping, roundtable discussions, etc. In the frames of the project, peace education centers were established in 9 schools of Gyumri and in Megarashat village school. Based on the survey conducted among the school children and taking into account the recommendations provided by the teachers, 13 up to 15-year-old pupils became the members of the centers. Each center comprised 20 up to 25 pupils. In some schools, peace education centers were established on full class basis.
Խաղաղության ուսուցման կենտրոնը մեզ տվեց շատ գիտելիքներ, մենք սովորեցինք թե ինչպես կարող ենք կոնֆլիկտ ստեղծել.
We gained useful knowledge in the Peace Education Center, learned what conflict means, how we can find peaceful solution to conflicts. We also learned to be kind, tolerant and concessive. We are taught some steps for conflict resolution which we apply in everyday life.
Ուսուցման կենտրոնում սովորեցինք որոշակի քայլեր, կոնֆլիկտների լուծման որոշակի քայլեր, որոնք նույնպես կիրառում ենք մեր առօրյա կյանքում.
Տղաների մեջ կոնֆլիկտներն անխուսափելի են.
Conflicts are inevitable among the boys, but due to this program we were able to solve conflicts more easily. This program has its positive and huge influence in our class. We became more united, friendly and amicable to one another. I would like this program to be taught in our school as well as in other schools of Gyumri in order every child is able to solve the conflicts easily.
At first, when I arrived in States, it was very hard for me because I didn't know language very well, and there were many things that I didn't really understand, and that's why there were many conflicts that might happen with me, and these skills that I learned here helped me a lot to solve the conflicts peacefully and have great relationship with my family and with my friends in the States. Even in school, we have the relationship quadrant where I was a leader and was helping other students to resolve conflicts peacefully between each other or between students and the teachers. And for all this, I really want to thank you for all the knowledge, all the skills that you gave me, and which helped me a lot in my life and will help me a lot in my future.
As far as the primary objective of the project was the formation of peace culture among teachers and school children, we could not limit ourselves with activities conducted only for the small number of school children and teachers from the schools included in the project. It was decided to train the members of peace education centers in the capacity of peer-to-peer educators. Such approach made it possible for trained pupils to transfer their knowledge and skills on peace, conflicts and their resolution to their peers both in their school and in the neighboring ones. The peer-to-peer method was used in the frames of our project as an experimental method in conflict resolution education in 10 beneficiary schools. Peer-to-peer education was organized in the following way. A topic for an entire class was developed mainly devoted to ways and skills of peaceful conflict resolution. Members of the Peace Education Center were divided into groups of 3-4. Special attention was paid to involving both girls and boys in the groups. We worked separately with each one of these groups. Each group prepared a small performance illustrating a conflict situation. At the beginning of each class, the members of peer-to-peer group tell about Peace Education Center, its goal, how they became involved in it, what kind of activities are conducted in the center, their experience and achievements, and then they present the ways and skills on conflict resolution. When a person in conflict feels to be depressed, he often frightens the other person. But we must always remember the skills of conflict resolution, which are: express your feelings without frightening, be responsible for your behavior, don't put stigmas to other people, don't make hot-headed decisions, wait for the emotions to cool down. Try to analyze the situation, try to understand the person you are arguing with, listen carefully, ask questions, try to find the best solution. Before blaming the person you are arguing with, try to listen carefully in order to understand the reason of the conflict. Ask questions and try to find the best solution. We should remember that the commandment "try to understand the other person" doesn't mean that you must put aside your own perceptions. We must know that every person has a right to choose, and we must respect the other person's value. After conducting the class in peer-to-peer method, the participants are given information sheets and questionnaires especially designed for their parents. Peer-to-peer education gave its first positive results. Pupils are proud of their new role. They became more self-confident and treat classes of the centers more seriously. Teachers' image increased. They started to value the real difficulty of teachers' work and are able to resolve many teacher-pupil conflicts more easily. Due to peer-to-peer education, I became more self-confident, found leadership features, and, in general, I felt useful changes in my character. Both my friends and I realized the real difficulties of teachers' work. I am very glad that I participated in these trainings and hope that the gained knowledge will be very useful in future. More than 350 school children and 220 teachers were directly trained on the issues of peace and conflict resolution and acquired a solid base of knowledge and skills. More than 2,000 pupils from 18 schools became involved in peer-to-peer education process. More than 3,000 parents became aware of the main principles of the project. These are the main results which highly contributed to reach the project objective. The knowledge acquired in this education center we pass not only to our friends and classmates, but to our parents, and surely they are glad for our participation in these trainings. We taught our parents of this knowledge, and they try to apply it in their everyday life. We are so proud that we managed to pass our knowledge to our classmates. Our ideas were very interesting and reachable for them. They were pleased with this lesson as it completely differed from our usual classes. After the trainings, many pupils came up to us and expressed their willingness to become members of Peace Education Center, by adding that our lessons were of great use to them and it was a real lesson of life. Peace and conflict resolution education in schools cannot be complete unless it involves all the sides related to the educational process: pupils, teachers, parents. Meetings were organized in target schools. Parents' meetings as well as various school events were utilized with the purpose of raising awareness of parents on the major objectives of peace education and the activities implemented in the centers. Parents greatly value their children's membership to peace centers. They mention with joy especially those positive changes that are obvious among their children. I am really very glad that my son participates in the Peace Center's trainings. He has learned not only the skills of peaceful conflict resolution, but also is able to successfully apply the gained knowledge and skills in solving small conflict situations in our family. I would be eager to participate in Center's trainings with my boy.